Then a soldier, full of strange oaths, and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden, quick, and quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation, even in the cannon's mouth. It is difficult for an immortal to become truly tired. I do not simply mean sleepy or fatigue. When I use the word tired, I mean that bone weariness that runs deep into a pony who's been doing too much with too little for too long. I was truly tired when the bell at my den door rang. A soft but insistent ring, as if the pony tapping the bell knew they would leave me alone, but also knew they couldn't. My horn ached deep into my skull, and with a creeping suspicion that the rest would continue to elude me, that I would call for the pony to enter. Majesty? Commander Maelstrom? He sparsed me with a gaze that I heard his troops describe as 1,000 mile. At the end of the 1,000 miles, however, it was a very tired charcoal Pegasus who probably needed sleep more than I did. I take it you have something to report? He nodded. The bears have taken the western deep. My heart sank. What of our forces there? He shook his head. They used strange magic. He gestured at the table before me, where evidence lay strewn around of my attempts to construct the Northern Bear's sigil-based enchantments. Somewhat like we have seen before, but unlike also. Explain yourself, Commander. He dropped his chin to his chest for a moment, as if gathering himself. The sigils were written blood on the snow. We hadn't thought my heart could sink forever. I was wrong. They're prisoners, left out in the snow for us to see the source of the blood they have used. I sculled my face into the calm mask. My hoof, however, did not receive the message in time, and it slammed down on the tabletop, making the papers flutter and empty goblet all fall over. It is too much. They take too much, ask too much, do too much. Princess, Maelstrom's quiet voice cut through my outburst like lemon juice through milk. Ashamed, I gathered myself quickly. My apologies, Commander. Do not apologize, Your Highness. Your unguarded emotions show how just much you care for your ponies. Then why can't I save them? I almost said out loud. Instead, I drew myself up and stepped stiffly into the craffle to pour a fresh drink. One of the perks of an alicorn's constitution is an ability to get drunk. Our metabolism burns away the alcohol so fast that even a light buzz is impossible. How much ground did we lose to the bears? Up to the Golden Valley, Commander Valiant's unicorn, Habapatalon, drove them back with the help of Captain Earhart's Pegasus platoon. I nodded. I will journey to the front to see what must be done. Knowing Maelstrom could not see me for a while, I faced away from him. I closed my eyes. The Northern Bears were strange and terrible creatures. White behemoths, not seen in Equestria since before it had a name. I had almost thought them extinct until reports reached Canterlot's sightings of far-flung villages alongside our border. When the attacks began, I had tried to find a diplomatic situation, but my ignorance of the bears led to conflict unheard since the King Sombra himself. Who would you say are the fastest, bestest, sightest fillers in your troops, Maelstrom? Firefly and Whizzer, Your Highness. Those names pulled me up short. Whizzer? Her name is Windsong, but she prefers to be called that after the noise she makes when she flies. Her record is unsupersedable, so we indulge her a little on that. Very well. Send Firefly and Whizzer to scout the front line. Look for any weak points or signs that the bears were preparing to attack again. If they make it past Iron Mountain, Canterlot will fall, Maelstrom finished for me. They were too close. They were damn too close. How come it had come to this? All my hard work and all my foundations Luna and I had laid, All the good we had done to build up this country and untie its citizens. It was all to fall because of an enemy we couldn't even realize we had. And why were the bears doing this? We had no quarrel with them. Go now, do as I have instructed. Will do as you asked, my liege. Maelstrom made a quick bow and departed. I heard the curtain across my doorway swish, but did not turn around. To be honest, I wasn't sure if wherever my legs would hold me up for much longer. I had waded into many skirmishes in this conflict. My magic bounced off bears, doing far less damage than it should have. My shields around Canterlot had held long enough for the citizenry to be evacuated before testing my magic for long had me depleted. I feared the worst, even I prepared to fight it. Somewhere in the back of my brain, I can hear my sister chiding me for not showing me more fortitude. Mayhap it was a lack of sleep, but I could see her in my mind's eye, clear as crystal, dashing ahead of me as we carried into battle with Discord himself. She was always the braver than the two of us. Some may have called it reckless. I did, actually, but it only caused her eagerness to put herself in harm's way. Right great evils worried me so much. You take too many risks, Luna, I had shouted at her so many times. And you don't take enough, Celestia. The world is not made by cowards. It is forged in battle and doing what must be done by those who can do it. So many lifetimes had passed since I heard her voice. I would even been given anything in that moment to keep her left by my side again. Luna would have known what to do about the bears. Luna would have been able to keep our little pony safe. The curtain swished, hooves thudded quietly behind me. Commander Maelstrom, you cannot possibly have... I turned. My heart caught in my throat. He looked so much older than our last visitation. Red stained his beard and trickled slowly from the corner of his mouth. His knees trembled, but he met my gaze squarely. Cradled in one crooked foreleg was a small bundle of fur that sparkled a little new frost. Celestia? He wheezed. What? Starswirl buckled like a foal, taking its first steps. With a cry, my magic flashed out to catch him and the thing he carried. I registered how frail they both were and eased my grip as to not crush their bones. What are you doing here? I asked, gentling him to the ground. No time. Blood flicked to his chin as he spoke. When he drew a ragged breath, and I saw his cloak was stained and torn with 3 parallel cuts. You must return him. He gestured at the bundle. He is their prince. One is born with only every 1,000 years wild magic. He accidentally transported himself into Everfree Forest. I knew where to find him. But, he coughed. I was almost too late. Something like a laugh gurgled within him. Time traveler. Almost too late to save a little cub from being eaten by a manticore. Such irony. I hushed him, but he glared at me and I cowered. You must return him to the bears. He is the why they're attacking. They think Equestria has stolen their prince. They will stop at nothing to get him back. Return him to the entire army. We'll retreat back to the frozen north beyond the Forgotten Empire. You're serious? I looked down at the tiny face of the bear cub that might have doubled for a child's plaything. He burbled and sucked his paw like an absence and could not cause a war. Princes of the frozen north possess powerful magic. Starworld breathed heavily in the air, rasping his throat. This one is more powerful than. He'll be a great king someday. He closed his eyes. I have seen it. I have seen such things, Celestia. He trailed off. His eyelids fluttered, then stilled. Starswirl? Panic suffocated me. Starswirl! His eyes opened, snap again. In a trace that she had pushed him away from me and broken my magical hold on him from pure shock. No, not here. Not now, he shook his head. This wasn't how I saw it. Starswirl? I have to go. To the right place. The right time. He shook his head again. Goodbye, Celestia. Do as I have asked. He gave me a tiny smile before disappearing into a whirling vortex of light. I will be there at the end. I promise you. I stared at where he had been. The bear prince sneezed. I frowned. I may not speak the language or your kind, little one. I quickly wore a missive to Commander Maelstrom, sent in a puff of smoke, and exited out of my tent and opened my wings. I was tired, but I would make this last fight. But I would make them understand the truth of this matter. He giggled. 2 Pegasi mares joined me a while later. Firefly and Weezer flanked me all the way from the front line, to their presence buoying me up. They reminded me of what I was doing and what I was doing. My little ponies trusted in me to keep them safe. Star Swirl trusted me to finish the task that had started. I would be worthy of that trust.
What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, stay pretty.